Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to try and solve what might just be the most complex puzzle in any business. It's people.
So what's the secret sauce? I mean, really, what is it? Is it some groundbreaking product, a massive marketing budget? Or maybe it's that corner office with the killer view? Well, those things are nice for sure, but the real engine of success? It's something else entirely.
You see, the real answer is all about how well a company manages its people. And you can think of it like a three-piece puzzle. When you get all those pieces to fit together just right, that's when you create a team and a business that's truly unstoppable.
All right, so where do we even begin? Well, the very first piece of our puzzle is all about getting the right people in the door in the first place. This is the foundation for everything else, and it's the job of what we call human resource management. Now, don't let the name fool you. HRM isn't just about boring paperwork or payroll. It's the strategic game plan for building a team that gives your business a real competitive advantage. I'm talking about everything from figuring out who you're going to need a year from now to making sure your current employees are happy and supported. And finding those right people, well, it's a journey. It's this careful, deliberate process. You're not just trying to fill a seat, right? You start by really defining the role. Then you cast a wide net to find great talent. And finally, you have to carefully sift through all the candidates to find that one person who doesn't just fit the job, but who's going to make the whole team better. Okay, so you've built your team, you've got great people. Now what? Let's dive into the second piece of the puzzle. How do you light that fire inside them? How do you get them to not just show up, but to truly shine? This is all about motivation. You know, if you rewind the clock about 100 years to places like the old Ford factory you see here, folks like Frederick Taylor thought motivation was simple: money. His whole system was basically pay workers for each thing they make. More stuff, more pay. Simple. But it kind of treated people like machines, didn't it? But here's the thing. We have learned that people are so much more complex than that. Later research showed that just throwing more money at people doesn't automatically make them happier or work harder in the long run. It turns out we're driven by a whole host of much deeper needs. And this is where Abraham Maslow's famous pyramid comes in. His whole idea was that our needs are stacked in layers. You know, once our basic needs are covered, like safety and a steady paycheck, they kind of stop being the main thing that drives us. We start looking for more, a sense of belonging with our team, getting recognized for a job well done, and ultimately, that feeling of reaching our absolute full potential.
Then Frederick Hertzberg came along and built on this idea. He found there are two totally different sets of factors at work. He called one group hygiene factors, things like your salary or the office conditions. If they're bad, you're unhappy. But if they're good, you're just not unhappy. They don't actually motivate you. The real motivators, he said, are things like a sense of achievement, getting recognized, and loving the work itself. That's the stuff that makes people truly satisfied and fired up. Which leads us perfectly to the final piece of the puzzle. See how this is all building? You can have the right people, you can understand what motivates them, but the whole thing can fall apart if you don't have the right leadership. This last piece is all about management style. Think about this for a second. What your manager believes about you fundamentally changes how they lead you. Douglas McGregor explained this with his Theory X and Theory Y. A Theory X manager basically believes people are lazy and need to be constantly watched. But a Theory Y manager, they believe people actually enjoy their work and want to do a good job. I mean, you can just feel how different it would be to work for those two people, right? And these deep down beliefs, they lead to totally different leadership styles. The autocratic leader, who's probably a Theory X person, makes all the calls. No discussion. The democratic leader, on the other hand, wants your input. They want the team involved. And then there's the laissez-faire leader, who's very hands-off and trusts the team to manage themselves. So now we get to the really cool part. This is where we see how all three of these puzzle pieces, getting the right people, understanding their motivation, and leading them well, they all lock together. They aren't separate ideas. They form one single powerful picture of a great workplace. And what you end up with is this amazing formula for success. The best companies out there, they don't just do one of these things well. They nail all three. They're smart about who they hire. They dig deep to understand what really drives people beyond a paycheck. And their leaders are flexible enough to adapt their style. Put it all together, and that's how you build a truly winning team. And that brings us to one final thought to leave you with. As the world of work keeps changing so fast, with new tech, new expectations, It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Looking ahead, which one of these three crucial pieces of the people puzzle do you think is going to matter the most?